Hello, 1 2M. Welcome to English Week 3 Friday. Now you might notice there's someone special sitting on my shoulder today, so she might fly off at some point. This is Penny Lane. You might hear Mick Jagger in the background over there, so I might have to pause the video if they get up to too much mischief. They like to chew on the keyboard keys and things. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so you're going to need to grab sheet 4. You'll need a copy of the Cinderella PDF ebook open on the screen at some point. So you don't need to grab that now, but maybe just open it in another tab and keep it ready for when you need it. You'll need your writing book to glue your sheet into and glue pencil and an eraser. Let's get started. Okay, reminder about your whole body listening. So eyes are looking, ears are listening, and hands are down and still. Penny's just having a chew on my earrings there. Today we're learning about how the author chooses words to shape a character. So to be successful today, you're going to create your own noun groups. Should be lots of fun. Okay, so we're looking at illustrations and words in fairy tales, folk tales, and fractured fairy tales. So illustrations and fairy tales often make the audience feel a particular way about the characters. So for example, Cinderella is beautiful, so she must be kind. Cinderella is beautiful because all princesses are beautiful, and the stepsisters are ugly, so they must be mean. Okay, so we're going to identify some noun groups in a fairy tale. So remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. Well done. So we learnt about how nouns can be common, proper, concrete, or abstract. So your name would be a proper noun, and common ones are things like table or like something you could touch. Remember, it's like a concrete thing, not referring to something specifically. And then the pronouns are the words that replace previously mentioned proper nouns. So instead of saying Penny, Penny is currently sitting on my shoulder, Penny is preening herself, I could say Penny is currently sitting on my shoulder, she is preening herself. So that would be the pronoun. Okay, so this is a video on types of nouns, so let's have a little watch of this.
Types of nouns.
Let's turn that up.
Hello. In this video, we will be exploring different types of nouns. There are two major categories of nouns: common nouns and proper nouns. Common can also mean everyday, so you can think of these nouns as the ones we use all the time to name non-specific people, places, or things. For example, teacher, city, bravery, building. A common noun is only written with a capital letter if it starts a sentence. Proper nouns name a particular or specific person, place, or thing. These nouns are always written with a capital letter. For example, Susan is the name of a particular person. Brisbane is the name of a place. And Parliament House is the name of a specific building. Your name is a proper noun and should always be written with a capital letter at the beginning. Common nouns can also be categorised as concrete nouns or abstract nouns. In this list, the common nouns, teacher, city, and building, are all concrete nouns. But the common noun, bravery, is abstract. What do you think the difference between concrete nouns and abstract nouns might be? Let's have a look. Concrete can also mean solid. So think of concrete nouns as something you can see, touch, smell, hear, or taste. These nouns name anything that can be experienced with our 5 senses. Chair, banana, bus, and tree are all examples of concrete nouns. Abstract is the opposite of concrete. These are all nouns you cannot see, touch, smell, hear, or taste. For example, bravery is an abstract noun. You can have bravery, but you can't see it or touch it the way you can see a chair or a pencil. It is an idea. Freedom, surprise, and love are all examples of abstract nouns. The final type of noun we will look at are pronouns. Pronouns are used instead of proper nouns in sentences, so they are not repeated. Look at these sentences. Sally is riding Sally's bike. Sally is wearing a blue helmet. This sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? That's because we have used Sally's name every time we refer to her. Now let's replace the name Sally with the pronouns her and she. Now it reads, Sally is riding her bike. She is wearing a blue helmet. This sounds and flows much better because we have used pronouns instead of repeating the proper noun Sally in the sentences.
Okay. Alrighty, so we are looking at words as well as images that are used to send a message about a character. So authors often use noun groups to describe what a character is like. So noun groups give more information about a noun. So for example, we looked at this last week. So we've got the article, adjective, adjective, noun. Here we go. So 2 adjectives in this case. So the noun is prince. So rather than just saying a prince, they've put 2 adjectives in to describe him. So it becomes the brave, handsome prince. So now we have a noun group. The next one we've got, a bit excited, godmother. So it becomes a kind, caring godmother. So that gives you a little bit more detail about the noun. So like our example the other day, instead of just saying ice cream, you can describe it using a noun group. So you could say yummy cold ice cream so that we get an idea of what the ice cream is like. Alright, so we are going to go through the book. This is when you need your PDF book of Cinderella to have a look for some noun groups. So we're going to see if we can, and I know we can because we're very smart, we have big brains in year 1 and 2, we are going to find some noun groups. Okay, so let's see, I've got the sheet here ready and I have given you a couple of little clues to get started. So in the opening paragraph, it's got, once upon a time, there was a beautiful young lady called Cinderella. She was always good and kind. Cinderella lived with her mean stepmother and her 2 ugly stepsisters. Okay, can you see the noun group there? Let's look at that first sentence. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful young lady called Cinderella. What's the noun group there? Can you see it? Well done. A beautiful young lady. Okay. I went a bit further in the book and I found this passage. It says, in the next moment, there appeared a lovely old lady with a fairy wand in her hand. What's the noun group there? Can you see it? In the next moment, there appeared a lovely old lady with a fairy wand in her hand. Okay, so what's the noun group there? A lovely old lady. Well done if you got that one. Okay, so I'd like you to pause the video and go through the book and see if you can find some extra noun groups in there, and then come back when you are done. Okay, so why do you think the author used that noun group? So what was it? A lovely old. So why do you think the author used this noun group to describe the fairy godmother? So the author has said, there appeared a lovely old lady. Why have they used that as the noun group to describe the fairy godmother? Why do you think they've described them that way? Does that create a particular image in your mind of what a fairy godmother would look like? It does. I mean, if it said there appeared a crusty old lady, would you think that they're a nice person? So the author chooses words to describe the characters to create that image in your mind. Alright, so here's some questions about this page from the book. So here we've got Cinderella and her fairy godmother. So how does this picture support the idea that fairy godmothers make wishes come true? How does this picture support that? So let's look at the picture. What's the fairy godmother got in her hand? Yep, a wand. Excellent. So that's supporting that she can make a wish come true because she's got some sort of magic ability. What about here? Has she made Cinderella's wishes come true? Yeah, so she's wearing some beautiful clothes. Her life's getting a lot better already. Okay, how does this make you feel about the fairy godmother? How do you feel about the fairy godmother looking at this picture? She's got lovely rosy cheeks. She's got a smile. She looks very neat, prim and proper, doesn't she? She's just, that face makes me think she's a nice person. How does it make you feel about her? Tell me how you feel about her looking at that picture. Okay, and how would you feel if the grandmother had an evil look on her face and was dressed in black? Would that support the idea that fairy godmothers make wishes come true? So imagine if she's got a scale on her face and she's wearing all black clothing. Would you be thinking she was going to make Cinderella's wishes come true, or would you think she might be evil? So how would an evil-looking fairy godmother make you feel? Would it make you start to think that the story's not going to turn out the way you thought it would? Have a little think. How would an evil-looking fairy godmother make you feel? Alright. That's a very groovy sound effects there. So we're going to do a little quiz on Cinderella and Co. Are you ready? So it says click to start your quiz. Ooh, it says choose the noun group that best describes the images of the characters from Cinderella a Fairy Tale. Are you ready? Okay, let's have a look at the noun groups. Question 1. Alright, what's question 1? Okay, here is Cinderella. We need to find the noun group that matches this image of her. Is it a sour old woman? Does that match? What about this noun group? An ugly princess? Nah. What about a beautiful, kind girl? A shy, unhappy boy? Okay, out of A, B, C, or D, what do you think it is? Shout it out at me. Do you think it's C? I think it's C. Let's click on C. Great success. I feel like I'm in some sort of 80s synthwave pop music video. Alright. Oh, whoops, did I get it wrong? Oh, clicked the wrong thing. Alright, question 2. Here is a picture of the prince. So which noun group describes him best? A lovely, sweet lady. B, a brilliant young man. C, a handsome young prince. D, the kind, caring father. Which noun group do you think it is? A, B, C, or D? I'm gonna go with C. Let's see if that's right. Oh, 6. Okay, next question, please. Okay. Ooh, let's look at this picture. Does the noun group that describes this picture, is it the boring old men? The cruel, ugly stepsisters? An excited girl? The gorgeous girls? Okay, which one do you think it is? Shout out. Do you think it's A, B, C, or D? Which is the noun group that best matches this picture? I'm going to go with B. Is that what you were going to go with? Alright, question 4. Ooh. Okay, here's our picture. We've got to find the matching noun group. Is it A, the selfish royal princess? B, the sad crying girl? C, a happy queen? D, the mean stepmother? What do you think? A, B, C, or D? I'm going to go with D. Is that what you were going to go with? Love this success music. Alright, question 5. I think this is the last one. Alrighty. Ooh, what's the noun group that matches this the best? A, the brave princess. B, a kind, caring sister. C, the magical fairy godmother. Or D, a mean fairy godmother. What do you think? A, B, C, or D? Shout it out. Let's go with C. Fantastic. Gold star for us. Okay, so congratulations, you will live happily ever after. Wow, what a way to end the lesson. Alright, so that wraps up our English for week 3, and I'll see you next time, 1-2M. Goodbye.